I've had up and down relationship with God because I grew up, my family was in and out of church. My brother was very into Christianity for a long time. My sister and her husband work in the church. My sister actually is a clothing designer for a huge, like, big Christian brand or whatever. And so God has always been around, and I've always believed in God. I've always believed in Source, but throughout my 20s, I studied a lot of like um, Taoism, the Tao Te Ching, and like mainly just listened to like Wayne Dyer's The Tao Wisdom and Eckhart Tolle and Buddhism, and I really got into that. So like I never disconnected from Source or disconnected from belief in God. But I believe all these different religions, Buddha, Jesus, I do believe they all existed, and they're all just man-made or man ways of or forms of um, teaching, like trying to connect us to God consciousness and what God really is. Each religion and each I'm not the most educated and all that stuff, so I'm not even going to talk about that. But I do believe these men lived and they had some type of divine connection, um, and that's as far as I'll go on it. But all I know is that when I was like in the depths of my addiction, all I had was God and myself at the end. Like I had estranged myself from my family, my friends. Like my life was in the gutter, and the only person that could bring me out was my intuition, my inner self, and God. And I dialogued with God one night, and I broke down to my knees and I started crying in tears of joy because something in my intuition told me that this was going to be over. Like it was like a 2 year period of me just going through hell, like post COVID, and like before that, I kind of had my life together for a good amount of years. Even though I still partied, it was my life was still together. I was still doing pretty well, but eventually everything caught up to me, and I just was in the depths of hell, and I was just staying up and doing cocaine and ordering tequila bottles from DoorDash and just smoking cigarettes and just destroying myself. And I just wanted the pain to end. I was tired of hurting, and I just had this intuition one day. You can call it God or Source, Jesus, maybe it was Buddha. I don't know. I don't fucking know who it was. But I felt that, and it told me that, hey, it's going to be over soon. It's still going to be a long road, which it has been the last 2 years, but you're going to be okay. And it gets me emotional thinking about it because I sit here today and like my life is completely 360 degrees different, man. And I'm crying tears of joy because, man, like my friend Jeremy says, man, you got to go through it to get through it, you know? I mean, you got to go through it to get to it, man. And there's been little people, man, little different people who've came into my life. And sometimes I believe angels, what an angel really is God's angels are humans, children, babies, dogs, animals. Angels have saved me and came to me in variations of different people in my community, wherever I was living in Idaho, Olympia, Washington, Portland, Oregon, the last few years. Angels came down for me, whatever you want to call them.